Safe care is not a procedure, it is a culture. In our previous session, we discussed AAC, access, assessment and continuity of care. Today, we are moving to another very important NABH chapter, COP, care of patients. Let me begin with one important question. What is the real meaning of care of patients? Is it simply giving medications? Is it checking vital signs? Is it completing nursing procedure? No. Care of patients means providing safe, appropriate, timely coordinated and patient-centered care according to the patient's condition and the hospital approved processes. NABH is not asking us to create a performance for the assessor. It is asking us to demonstrate how do you actually care for your patient every day. And for nurses, COP is where NABH becomes visible at the bedside. Remember, know, do, document, report and improve. The very important area is the right care for the right patient. Every patient is different. A patient in the ICU requires different care from a patient in general ward. A postoperative patient requires different monitoring from a medical patient. A pediatric patient requires different precautions from an adult. Therefore, nursing care should be based on patient condition, assessment, treatment plan, identified risk and hospital policy. Never provide care mechanically. Think before you act. What does this patient need? What is the risk? What intervention is required? What should I monitor after the intervention? The second very important area is follow the prescribed plan of care. The nurse plays a critical role in implementing the patient's treatment and nursing care plan. Before carrying out an intervention, verify the patient, check the order or prescription where applicable, follow the approved procedure or SOP, use appropriate equipment, maintain infection prevention precautions, observe the patient during the procedure, document the care provided, and most importantly, if something does not look right, stop, verify and escalate. Do not assume. Patient safety comes first. The third very important area is monitoring the patient. One of the most important responsibility of a nurse is recognize the deterioration early. Don't just record vital signs. Understand what the vital signs are telling you. For example, a patient's blood pressure is falling, oxygen saturation is decreasing, respiratory rate is increasing, the patient becomes confused, urine output decreases, the patient develops sudden severe pain. These may be warning signs. The nurse must identify, assess, report, act and reassess. Do not wait until the patient becomes critically ill. Early recognition can save a life. The fourth important area is emergency care. Every nurse should know what will I do if my patient suddenly deteriorates. You should be familiar with your hospital emergency response system and the relevant codes, escalation process and resuscitation procedures. For example, if a patient becomes unresponsive, recognize, call for help, initiate appropriate emergency response, provide immediate care within your competency. Continue monitoring, document. You should know where the emergency equipment is located, how to call for an emergency assistant, your role during a code, where emergency drugs or equipment are available, how to perform basic life support as required, how to document the event. Don't learn emergency procedure only before an assessment. Learn them because a real emergency will not wait for an assessor. A fifth very important area is safe medication administration. Medication administration is one of the most important area of nursing practice. Before administering medications, follow your hospital approved medication administration process. Verify the required medication rights and patient identifiers. Check correct patient, correct medication, correct dose, correct route, correct time, relevant allergies and precautions, required documentation and monitor the patient for response and adverse reactions. Never administer a medication simply because someone told me to give it. follow the authorized order and hospital policy. If something is unclear, stop, clarify, and then administer. The sixth very important area is procedures. Do it safely. Every nursing procedure should be performed according to the approved SOP or protocol. Example include catheter care, IV cannulation and care, injection administration, wound care, blood sampling, oxygen therapy, suctioning, transfusion related nursing care, feeding, pressure injury prevention, patient positioning. The assessor may ask, how do you perform these procedures? The best answer is not I know it. The best answer is this is our approved procedure and this is how I implement it. Then demonstrate the actual practice. The next very important area is blood and blood component transfusion. If your area involves transfusion, nurses must understand the hospital approved transfusion process. Patient identification and verification are critical. Before transfusion, verify required patient identifiers, verify the blood and blood component and required documentation. Check compatibility information as applicable. Record baseline observation. Follow required monitoring. During transfusion, watch the patient, not just the blood bag. If a suspected transfusion reaction occurs, stop, take immediate action as per policy, inform, escalate and document. Never ignore fever, chills, rash, breathlessness, chest or back pain, hypotension, any sudden change in condition. The very important area is pain management. Pain is not just a number on a chart. Pain affects mobility, sleep, recovery, nutrition, psychological well-being, patient satisfaction. Therefore, assess, intervene, reassess and document. If analgesia is administered, don't simply record medication given. Assess the patient's response according to the hospital processes. Did the pain relieve? That is what matters. The next area is nutritional care. Nutrition is also part of patient care. Nurse should identify patients with nutritional concerns according to the hospital screening and referral processes. Observe food intake, feeding difficulties, swallowing concerns, special dietary requirement, nausea or vomiting, relevant restrictions. If a problem is identified, don't just document it. Communicate and escalate according to the hospital policies. The very important area, fall prevention. A patient identified as high risk for falls requires appropriate preventive measure. Ask yourselves, what am I doing to prevent this patient from falling? Depending on the patient's condition and hospital policy, this may include appropriate environment, bed safety, call bell accessibility, assistance with mobility, patient or family education, appropriate supervision, communication during handover. And remember, a fall risk assessment without preventive action is incomplete care. The next important area is pressure injury prevention. For patients at risk of pressure injury, nurse should follow the hospital approved prevention and monitoring processes. This may involve regular repositioning as indicated, skin assessment, pressure relieving measures, nutrition support or referral where required, moisture management, documentation, escalation of skin changes. Don't wait for a pressure injury to develop. The goal is prevention. Next important area is restraints, safety with dignity. If restraints are used, nurses must follow the hospital's approved policy and applicable requirements. Remember, restraint is not a routine nursing intervention. It requires appropriate justification, authorization where required, monitoring, documentation and reassessment. The patient's safety, dignity, rights must always be considered. The next very important area, safe patient transfer. When transferring a patient, don't think My responsibility ends when I hand over the patients. Your responsibility includes ensuring safe communication and transfer according to the hospital policy. Communicate patient identity, diagnosis or condition, current treatment, risk, allergies, recent changes, pending investigation, devices or lines, required monitoring, immediate care needs, right patient, right information, right handover is equal to safe transfer. The next area is documentation, the evidence of care. This is extremely important. You may have provided excellent care, but if the required care is not documented appropriately, it may be difficult to demonstrate what was done. Documentation should be accurate, timely, complete, legible, accessible, patient specific, consistent with actual care. Examples of evidence may include nursing notes, vital signs charts, medication administration record, nursing care plan, procedure records, pain assessment or reassessment, fall risk assessment, pressure injury assessment, intake and output records where applicable, handover records, emergency and code documentation, patient education records. Very important. Another area is what should a nurse do when something goes wrong. This is one of the most important messages in NABH. Suppose a medication error occurs, a patient falls, a transfusion reaction is suspected, a patient deteriorates unexpectedly, equipment fails during patient care, a near miss occurs. Don't hide it, don't ignore it, don't blame someone immediately. Follow the hospital incident reporting and escalation process. The purpose of reporting is learn, correct, prevent and recurrence. Patient safety improves when healthcare workers feel responsible for reporting hazards and incidents appropriately. What will the NABH assessor ask a nurse? The assessor may come to the bedside and ask, what is the condition of this patient? You should know. What are the patient's current risk? You should know. What medications has the patient received? You should be able to check the record and explain your role. What will you do if the patient oxygen saturation drops? You should explain the actual escalation process. Show me your nursing documentation. You should be able to locate it. What is the procedure for this intervention? You should know the hospital approved processes. What do you do if there is a medication errors? You should know the reporting and escalation process. How do you manage a deteriorating patient? You should know your role. The most important rule, never memorize answers only for NABH. An assessor can ask why and then show me and then what do you do in practice. Therefore, don't memorize. Understand your work, know your SOPs, policies, emergency procedure, escalation pathways, documentation requirement, patient safety practices, nursing responsibilities and practice them every day. COP in one simple flow. I want every nurse to remember this. Assesses, plan, provide safe care, monitor, recognize deterioration, escalate, reassess, document, improve. That is the practical meaning of care of patients. Follow more NABH accreditation, hospital administration, quality and patient safety updates.